Hello, welcome to Inside Politics. My name is Anastasia Lavrina. Today we are here at COP29 having a very special guest. Joining me now is Viorel Gutu, FAO Assistant Director General and Regional Representative for Europe and Central Asia. We're welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Honored
much.
to be here with you.
Today is a special day, Food, Agriculture and Water Day. So let me first congratulate you and all of your colleagues on this special occasion.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And as far as I know, early morning today, you had a special panel discussion where the COP29 presidents, with the support of FAO, launched a joint Baku Harmoniya climate initiatives for farmers. Could you please provide us more details on the three main goals of this program?
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate us all with this launching of the Harmoniya initiative. I'd like to tell you in a few words that this is an initiative which brings together all the other initiatives which were adopted or accepted by the member countries until now. So it's a consolidation of all the previous efforts in one big Baku initiative. And Harmoniya initiative is focused on three main pillars. One of them is dedicated to cooperation. So this is again about bringing all together, all the initiatives together, but also all the member countries and participants together, and the focus is on this word collaboration. Together, yeah, the word together. The second priority is obviously focusing on probably one of the most vulnerable parts of our society is the rural people, but mainly the women and youth. So this Harmoniya initiative brings it to the surface, the problems, but also the opportunities related to women and youth, and specifically in the agri-food systems sector, agri-food systems approach. And the third one is definitely about financing, is how to bring together all the initiatives, all the efforts globally by all the international partners, being at the specific country level or international organization, development banks. All of these financing efforts should at the end reach our most vulnerable, one of the most vulnerable categories of population in the rural areas, the ones who are involved in agriculture, in farming.
Indeed, and we can see the important role of FAO in all of these processes. Let me ask my next question about COP29, which is taking place in this region for the first time. Therefore, what unique opportunities this large conference provides not only for the countries in the region, but also for the global community when it comes to climate change, agriculture, and many other aspects where FAO is working on quite different.
Obviously, it's very commendable that Azerbaijan is hosting COP29 the first time in the region, and this is obviously a great effort by the country, by Azerbaijani people. Nevertheless, probably we are focusing on the results of, or on the proceedings and the results of COP29, which is to bring closer the problems of our region to attention of the global community. Europe, Central Asia is seen as a more developed part of the world, probably, but it's not without problems. We also have problems related to water scarcity, to land degradation, related to salinization of soils. We have problems related to biodiversity. So all of this is part of the life which is affecting our livelihoods in this region as well. So that's why probably bringing COP into this region is bringing also attention, and which is probably even more important, bringing the solutions. I'm sometimes using this definition of FAO, that FAO is a platform is a platform which brings the knowledge and expertise from the parts of the world where it exists to the parts of the world where it is needed. So maybe this event, this kind of platform is exactly this, has the same scope to exchange knowledge, expertise, and experience, which could be then implemented in other parts of the world. And the host is Azerbaijan. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much, and especially because FAO also may raise the issues of vulnerable population, as you mentioned in your first answer. And if the countries, we hope so, can agree on the financial climate financing issues in the end of this event, then it's more about individual approach. Each country also in this, I would say, big issues, big deal, which is being initiated and discussed at the moment. And FAO may also bring an attention to the parts of the global world where it should be accentuated more than in others. If I'm not mistaken, in May you had a chance to visit Baku, Azerbaijan, with your colleagues, and had a very nice and profound discussion with your colleagues there about the future cooperation between FAO and Azerbaijan. Let me ask a question on why this cooperation is important when it comes to global sustainability goals and climate change, of course.
Obviously, our collaboration with Azerbaijan has its history already for many years. My visit in May, but also some other visits, were focused on expanding this collaboration, making it also useful in terms of the regional collaboration, also making it reach the final beneficiary in rural areas. And I have to mention today that we had implemented the first phase of FAO Azerbaijan Partnership Program, which was focused on several burning topics related to soil management, to water management, development of farming community, and supporting the government in development of different policies which would help smallholders or the ones involved in agriculture to produce better, to introduce innovations, to introduce different level of agriculture. I'd like to mention also that two and a half years ago, in May 2022, together with the Ministry of Agriculture, we organized the first digital agriculture conference here in Baku, which was also a step towards bringing this knowledge and expertise, a little bit different level of knowledge or expertise into this farming agriculture society, also helping the governments implement some of these innovative policies, but also bringing it to the farmers, who are the ones in the field and for whom we have to take care in order to make their life easier and to make their production more efficient and also sustainable in terms of protection of natural resources.
Right. Being a regional representatives for Europe and Central Asia, let me ask you about the Europe and Central Asia when it comes to climate change impact on food security. What are some of the most urgent challenges facing the region?
Yeah, you know, obviously, like in every other region, we are all feeling the rising temperatures. We are all feeling extreme weather events, floods, droughts. We have landslides in some parts of the world. We have glaciers melting also in some of the countries of our region. We are experiencing very long periods of droughts, which are dramatic for agriculture. Our seasons changed, and also the ones who are involved in agriculture are asking themselves, this is happening for the first time in their life. It never happened before. So we are also living the same extreme events here in our region, across the region. All of these extreme events are bringing dramatic results for our people living in rural areas and engaged in agriculture. We have a situation when we have a growing population, at the same time, because of this extreme weather events, we have a decrease in volumes of production. We have decrease, let me say like 5% decrease due to droughts, 5% due to floods, something is average figures for the region. But we are expecting that by 2050 we will have to produce probably 50% more food, first to feed the growing population, but also combat the influence of these extreme weather events and the losses in agriculture production. So it's a big pressure on natural resources. It will continue to be there, and we will have to learn and together how to produce more with less. We call it like this, to produce more using less resources.
It's like FAO has its individual approach to each country to help them with agricultural policy to be adapted in a new policy of climate change.
In fact, it cannot be very individual. I mean, we have as an organization certain methodologies, technologies, techniques, which we are trying to implement together with the governments in their policies. So in this, when we introduce certain elements of modernization, of modernized vision regarding natural resources, regarding digital agriculture, regarding innovations, all of this trying to be implemented in the national policies, and then the governments are bringing it even closer to the farming community. Obviously, we have to invest a lot in capacity building of the rural communities and farmers, fishermen, foresters. We also have to base our solutions, which we are proposing, on science. We have to use science-based solutions, which are approved by scientific method. We cannot guess anymore. And also during today's time, I think the bell is ringing already that we cannot produce like we did before. It's not possible anymore. The pressure is too high.
The
we have to change.
New approach.
We have to change our approach. We have to think not only in the period of 1 year or 2 years season. No, we have to look already for much longer periods, and we have to convince our farmers who work the land to have the same approach, but we also have to help them, because we're talking about investments, we are talking about the costs of this kind of approaches, and in this sense, it would be this effort should be integrated.
Right. Coming back to COP29,
okay.
The countries have a lot of expectations. Negotiations are still ongoing, and we really hope that the countries will be able to achieve the consensus. But what specific outcomes would you like to see at COP29 regarding the intersection of climate change and food security?
Wishing a lot of success, COP29. Obviously, and obviously it would be good to have an outcome when all of the member states will agree on a certain level of financing which would help our planet. Obviously, I'm speaking from the perspective of agri-food systems, the ones which FAO is responsible for. We see a decrease in financing in the recent years, and you could also look into the budget lines related to agriculture, forestry, food systems, in each of the countries, and you'll see the decreasing, probably majority, but the decreasing attention, financial attention to this sector, and I truly hope that COP29 will bring this attention higher and policymakers from different countries, but from different parts of the governments,
Right.
being it Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Economy, Ministry of Health. All of them together will realize that agri-food systems are important. Agri-food systems should be very high on the agenda of member countries, and agri-food systems should have the attention not only on the 19th of November, the day for agriculture, food and water. No,
Right.
it should continue for a longer time.
And not only during the COP,
True.
but
true,
in between
true.
the countries
Absolutely,
should continue
absolutely,
working together.
absolutely.
Well, Mr. Gutu, thank you so much for being with us today, sharing with us your impressions from COP29 and the vision for the future.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
Thank you. Just to remind, you watched Inside Politics. Stay with us and see you in the next edition.